about this defense until they actually prove that all the talent and the investments are going to come together with somehow the worst defensive coordinator in the NFL and get inside the top 10. Jair, if he's going to keep talking, he's going to keep doing his thing, running his mouth. Like, I like that about him, but it's put up or shut up now. And I'm so sick of the talk. Get it done, not just for half the season, for a full season, because this defense is going to have to help the Packers win games. And so, look, call me out after 8 weeks if you want, but I don't want to hear it. He better be first team all defense if you're going to continue to be this, like, I'm a star, I'm this, I'm that. Like, when Stokes gets back, Stokes was arguably, like, bad. Yeah, he's fast, but, like, do we know if he's actually Strap City-ish?
He had a very promising rookie year, I thought. Last year, obviously, injury-riddled.
Don't help.
But wasn't the same. Didn't seem like he took the jump many were hoping that he would in year two when he was healthy enough to be on the field. I'm okay with it. Like,
I know you are.
It's swag. Like, yeah, like this is what...
I've seen the swag.
But Jair is the only guy, or one of the guys on that defense. Not the only guy anymore. I think Quay Walker and Devondre. Rasul. Like, there's some energy on that defense.
Yeah.
They're going to have to play with a massive chip on their shoulder, and they're going to have to play like Strap City. The defensive backfield, to me, especially early on in the season, is going to have to be the star of this defense. I think the defensive line is going to have to develop. The edge is going to have to develop. I think Quay Walker can be a difference maker. But I think the secondary is going to have to produce turnovers like they did at the end of last season, which helped the Packers fuel that run, give Jordan some good field position, get the momentum back on that side. And I think that they're going to have to lock down, to your point, Ben, some not-so-great quarterbacks early on in the season.
The opportunity's there. Like, this defense has an opportunity to help the Packers win early season games, to help build confidence for the team. Not just Jordan Love. Like, I think what people got to realize as well is, without Aaron Rodgers, there is a new identity that this team is forming, and maybe Strap City is a part of it, but I'm not willing to say it right away. Like, I need to see what the new iteration of the Green Bay Packers are without 12 being their identity. Jordan Love is a first-year starter, right? You have young tight ends and wide receivers. We know about the offensive line and the running backs, but then we continue to go back to this damn defense. It's basically been the same guys for the last 3 years from a core perspective. Hearing Strap City, and every time I say Strap City and you say it, I'm like, can't believe I'm saying Strap City. Feels odd, doesn't it?
I mean, look.
Strap City.
That sounds odd. Yes, it sounds odd coming out of your mouth. I think when it comes, to what this defense can be and will be, it's not going to be is amazing in the juggernaut that people think that it's going to be, or think that it could have been last year. But it also has the potential to be what it ended at last season, which again is a turnover-heavy, turnover-dependent defense that can make some plays. And the quarterbacks, again, they've got Justin Fields into Desmond Ridder, into Derek Carr, into Jared Goff, into a bye, into Jimmy Garoppolo. Like, you're talking about those 5 quarterbacks. Derek Carr is the best into Garoppolo.
Hearing that out loud,
I guess Goff had a good year last year.
Goff had a good year. Is it at Detroit or at Lambeau when they play the Lions?
It's at Lambeau on Thursday.
That helps,
Thursday night
Goff
football.
isn't great on the road.
So, I mean, I do think that they have the potential to get going, and that's kind of why I like the defense. Like, if you're Jair, I think anything you could do to take the pressure off of a young quarterback and be like, hey, like Strap City, let's get the marketing out now. Like, let's make this about me. I like that.
Sure. Just show me. And here's another opportunity that they have. I think what was impressive from a defensive backfield standpoint and the turnovers that the defensive backs created from interceptions was the pass rush was dog water without Rashawn Gary. And if you're able to help Jordan Love out in that first part of the season and then work Rashawn Gary into the mix, we know what he's capable of when healthy. The pressure rate, we've heard all the statistics. What he's able to do off the edge will help create pressure on the quarterback, which should also help create turnovers on the back end if the defense is doing their job.
800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776.
Strap City.
Rick from Spooner chimes in, says, Ben, you're my guy, and you know that.
Yes, sir. Rick, don't miss.
But J.A. isn't the problem, talking about Jair Alexander. And he called his shot against Justin Jefferson last season, and he proved it. Hashtag Rick don't miss.
One game. It's a bad season for Jair. Did he shut down JJ? Very impressive. I need it consistently. I don't need one game when your team is fighting for the playoffs.
Ron and the Keys is giving you record with signs in the studio, is giving you that neon a great idea. Paper baseball off limits now. Ben has broken multiple signs in multiple studios. And we do have a neon sign. It's on the stream right now. It looks absurd when the shot goes to the neon sign sitting on the table there with me in the background and Ben.
With my bleep-eating grin.
Sure, that'll work. But Scalzo and Brust is presented by Bud Light. Bud Light brewed to be a delicious and easy to drink beer, even when the little things in life are hard. Like when the game is going into overtime, but you have even more time to enjoy it, and a fresh Bud Light. Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL. Pick up Bud Light at your local retailer today. It's NFL season. It is Bud Light season. 800-990-ESPN. 800-990-3776.
Do this.
Nice.
We'll keep rolling with Packers training camp. It is Scalzo and Brust.
No pour?
You're listening to Bud Light, Scalzo, and Brust.
I got a knocking in my knees and a wobble in my walk, and I'm trembling.
Weird song choice?
Yeah, a little. This isn't a normal jump perplex right now, Josh. Did you hit the random?
Sorry.
Josh, mute yourself.
What are you doing back there? I just wanted to tell you guys that I got a little bit of a sneeze to happen there. Because it sounded weird. I started to talk and I stopped. It's a dramatic effect. Ever heard of it? We're entertainers.
Subscribe and listen to full show podcasts available free on Apple, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Still seeing a pretty hefty ride right now. Southbound on 43 between Brown Deer Road and downtown, 43 minutes, and then another 13 to get from downtown to Layton Avenue. That's because of an accident at Beecher Street blocking the left lane. So heads up with that. Westbound 94 still a bit tight from about 25th Street through the Stadium Interchange. The eastbound side slowing from 84th through the Stadium Interchange as well. And then we have an accident on 894 southbound at Beloit Road off on the right shoulder. And then we also have another one on the northbound side. Technically, it's on westbound 894 to northbound in the Hale Interchange. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. They know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net. That's NEAL group.net. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, partly cloudy and humid, a low of 68. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, very warm and humid, slight chance for an afternoon shower, a high of 88. Weather is brought to you by Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's Road America. The IMSA Sports Car Weekend takes over Road America August 3rd through the 6th. Get your tickets today and check out the full season schedule at roadamerica.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Deb.
I am thirsty today. Definitely going to need a cold one. There's the one. I'm back again with our guy Zach from Beatbox to give us the inside scoop on what makes Beatbox Party Punch unique for anyone looking for something different.
The entire line of flavors is built around fun, nostalgic, flavor-forward flavor profiles. So, and all the flavors were designed in a way that they tasted like, a blue raspberry jammer or your mom's pink lemonade that she used to make back in the day. And really, like, the biggest feedback that we get is kind of a compliment to the brand is that you can't taste the booze for how high of an alcohol content we have in our product. The flavor really, is kind of like of a star of the show with all these flavors.
Thanks again to Zach from Beatbox for getting us all in the party mood. I know I'll have my hands on some Beatbox this summer because, remember, when it comes to the fridge, it should better be stocked.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. That's right, folks. Great Lakes Dragway's 2023 race season is in full swing. Come out to see our annual events like Memorial Day Weekend, Labor Day Weekend, Nitro Streetcar Brawl, Import Wars, Larry's Fun Fest, and Bug Fest. Looking for something new and exciting? Come see the Night of Fire Jet Show. Want the track all to yourself? Email or call about a private track rental. Go to GreatLakesDragaway.com for contact information and our full season schedule. Great Lakes Dragaway, just a burnout west of I-94 on County KR. Be there.
Here in Wisconsin, one name is synonymous with fantastic frozen pizza, Palermo's. For almost 60 years, Palermo's has focused on feeding Wisconsin families. And though Palermo's has grown a lot since 1964, they're still family-owned. They're still proud to call Milwaukee home. And they're still committed to making the best frozen pizza possible. From their new and improved rising crust pizzas to their guilt-free Primo thin pies, Palermo's has a delicious slice for every appetite. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer food aisle. Palermo's. Flavor is our family's business.
Yeah, they're football guys, but they don't shy away from the big topics of the day.
So you won't listen to their music because of this? Was it a bad breakup?
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
I don't know. You play one of their songs on
this
our
guy
show.
broke up with Florida Georgia Line. You should like him more.
I do like Tyler. Yeah, it's a good career move for him.
You're still not going to go to the concert.
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Look at all this space I have on my desk. Finally, no more clutter.
I know, right? Plus, now I can actually see everyone and talk to them whenever I want.
Would you stop trying to ask people if there are more doors or wheels in the world?
Speaking of wheels, these chairs, woo!
I've never been more comfortable at work.
Coakley Brothers and Brothers Interiors, the official moving and furniture provider of GKB Milwaukee. You're listening to Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Missed any of the show? Find us on Wisconsin On Demand wherever you get your podcast. It's free, it's everywhere, and it's for you.
By Bud Light, the world's greatest beer. Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL. NFL season in full swing. Right now, Matt LaFleur talking about this Green Bay Packers team in training camp, talking about defense and Jordan Love. Here's what Matt LaFleur had to say.
Every time we go out there, we're going to have one dedicated. I mean, there's competition in every period, but that's the one where we're going to have a consequence for. I just think it makes it a little bit more meaningful. You know, going back to probably my time in Atlanta where we always would have competitions and there'd be a consequence for the team that didn't get it done or the side of the ball that didn't get it done. And so I just... Also, going back to last season, we started implementing more competition periods as the season progressed, and I thought our team got better.
All right. Matty Mouse LaFleur wasn't the cut we were looking for.
All right, so Ben says he wants to do a specific cut during the break.
I said Jair.
You said Matt LaFleur.
Hand to God, I said
He
Jair.
said Jair.
Thank you.
Because I crapped on it in break.
You did.
Josh DiMaggio crapped on it during break. Ben then immediately starts panicking. You claim you're about to go to the bathroom in your pants right now.
And you said, just go. And I didn't know if you meant like leave.
I meant leave the studio. I don't want to be in the same.
Here.
If you're serious, if you get to that point ever, I'm giving you permission to leave the show, even if we're in the middle of a segment. I don't want to be in the same room while you poop yourself.
Come on. Yeah, you do.
I do not. Can we play the audio that me and Josh want to hear? Oh. I know you wanted to do this Jair Alexander thing, but Josh and I both want to hear what Aaron Rodgers had to say on the Up and Adams podcast. Here's what Aaron Rodgers had to say about how great of a teammate he is.
This $35 million.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah, I'm getting paid a lot of money. I feel great about it. Also, the team is going to be able to do some things.
What kind of things?
Win.
What are we, the royal?
Well, there was a guy. There was a guy here at practice yesterday.
Not today.
Yeah, not today. But we'll see what happens. There's other guys out there that might be available. So, listen, I'm not missing that money at all. I'm loving what I'm getting paid. I'm loving being in New York and Jersey. Loving working with guys guys I know, getting some of the new guys like McCole, Garrett.
Josh DiMaggio, as that was Aaron Rodgers with Kay Adams from the Up and Adams podcast. I know this is your dream scenario, and I will give you this. If Aaron Rodgers takes a $35 million pay cut and nobody of true value comes to New York at any point throughout this season to help them win, you will be right. And I will write an apology letter. I'll do another punishment of sorts. Because that would be the ultimate, nobody wants to play with Aaron situation. If he takes a $35 million pay cut and nobody goes there to help him win.
The one thing that helps him is if they've got $35 million to spend, players are just going to take it.
Money, you're saying it's... so he's already moved the goalposts to now it's the money over Rodgers. Like, they're not coming for Rodgers, they're coming for the money.
Well, the 35 is so much money that
it's over 2 years.
Right,
yes.
you can give that guy a decent contract. Now, it would be hilarious if Dalvin Cook was leveraging it to go elsewhere, but, I mean, they seemed pretty cozy.
You also have to, I do think it does help bring people in if they know that Aaron Rodgers can be there for multiple years.
That's a good point.
Right? And so now you've got him to, it's clear it's going to be at 2 years.
At minimum.
He said few. I think 2 years is probably the appropriate one. He'll be 42 years old at that point, 41, turning 42.
He's had aspirations of playing as long as Tom.
The messaging by the Jets is intentional. They are very, very certain that they want out and to all the players out there that, hey, this ain't one and done. We're doing something here.
That's because they are trying to figure out how to win this year, probably. To be honest, not just Aaron, but the rest of the guys. The organization's trying to learn how to win, so it's probably unfair to be like, hey, they're going to win the Super Bowl this year. So it's good to give themselves a second year.
And nothing Aaron Rodgers said right there is wrong. Everything that he said is right. His life isn't going to change. He's happy. He feels like it's a win-win-win-win. I thought he was great, Josh, and he's clearly at a better place in his life than he's ever been. He's happier than he's ever been.
Come on, there's a little hogwash in there.
What do you mean?
He's hogwashing. He's washing pigs in there.
I mean, I really appreciate him. It actually would make more sense.
You got to love him.
If he were to be it was a tough, I'm not going to lie. Look, $35 million. It was a tough decision. He could have humanized himself a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I was $35 million, that's a lot to give up. But in the greater good, he just made it seem like it was the easiest thing in the world. But $35 million.
Okay, but if he goes out and he's like, yeah, it's $35 million, so it's a lot of money, then it just sounds like he's trying to make himself sound like he's doing something nice. The guy didn't donate $35 million to charity. He's his lifestyle doesn't change. It's the same thing Patrick Mahomes said. He's like, if I'm making $40 million a year or $50 million a year, my lifestyle doesn't change.
Taxes are pretty big in New York.
Now, Patrick Mahomes does live in Kansas City. Thanks for stepping on the joke. But yes, in New York.
What I do best.
In New York, it still doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, he's made a lot over the course. What will his career's earnings be
over 18 years or 20 years? It's good.
$300 million plus?
I mean, yeah. He's making $50 million a year at this point.
$50 million? It's been a while.
So I don't think he's going to be worried about it. He's got his mansion out in Malibu. He's clearly into other things. He's a smart guy. He's not going to worry about money. He wants to win another ring. Disappointing part is he didn't think that he could do this in Green Bay and be put in a better position to win.
Well, again, right or wrong, and honeymoon or not, when you position yourselves as a front office and as a team, very desperate and warm and welcoming, it's going to make you want to give back to the organization. Goody's biggest fault was the personal vendetta against Aaron. It blinded his team-building aspirations, in my opinion.
$418 million.
Cheaper's Christmas.
His total career earnings. So it's not like he's giving 35 back on that 418. He's literally just you know what?
He's pretty rich.
Instead of paying me $110 million over 2 years, pay me $75 million over 2 years.
It's a lot of millions.
It's a lot of millions, Benny.
How come he couldn't give if you're going to give 35 back, take one of that and give it away to your biggest fan or something. You know what I mean? Like Greg. Name's in his Twitter bio, and then we could split it. Maybe give Josh some. Why don't rich people give casual people money?
I don't even know how to respond to you.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, what do you mean? Like, you just want rich people to be like, I'm going to pick a random person and give you money?
Yeah. Like, spread the wealth.
All right, so if somebody just came up to you and was like, "Hey, I'm rich. I want to give you $500,000."
Hell yeah, give me the cash.
Okay. So are you a socialist? Should everybody be like just splitting their money?
No, only if it's convenient for me.
So just give you the money.
Yeah.
So if $500,000 a rich person wanted to give that away.
It's Brust socialism. Everyone who's rich gives him money.
It's my dream. It's my dream world, Joshy. Every night before I go to bed, I'm hoping to wake up, and that's how it works.
There's just a wire transfer.
What a
from Aaron Rodgers.
remarkable turn.
Every
right there.
time I send
Do you ever drop these golden nuggets on Maddie at the Princeton Club? Like when you're working out, you're doing squats.
No, he thinks I'm an idiot. He's just like, shut up and lift, dude. Look, I found my passion at the Princeton Club. And that's why I like Maddie. When I start talking too much, it's like a defense mechanism. I'm like, do I really want to do the next set? He's like, no, shut up and do it. And for me, that's the relationship that I have with him. For you, it could be whatever you need. Maybe you can motivate yourself and you just want to use the great equipment that they continue to upgrade. Or you want to do personal training. Or you want to do their workout classes. They literally have something for everyone and free childcare with your membership. It is amazing to be a part of the Princeton Club family, the community. When you walk in, the front desk, every worker there makes you feel good about yourself. It makes you want to come back for more. So when you think of clean health clubs and you think about a place to grow your health in your community, look no further than the Princeton Club. Join today.
800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. Ron says Ben's the millionaire and he gave the fake homeless guy money, so math checks out. Ben is you claim like you cry poor, like, oh, I can't go to Frank Kaminsky's wedding, and meanwhile your net worth, you're a millionaire.
Is my net worth still on the internet?
Ben Brust net worth. Ben Brust.
It's been $3 to $5 million for the last couple years. Did my failed crypto investments bring it down yet?
It did. $1 to $4 million or net worth $5 million.
Still waiting on that money.
FaxBuddy.com actually only has your net worth at $1 million.
I got some bad news for you, Ben.
Wrong, Ben Brust?
Your official height is listed here.
Oh, God. What'd you guys do?
6 foot even.
Oh, Christ! That's actually
Oh, my God. Oh, my God, it is.
I'm out. This is your fault. You, Greg.
October 3rd, 1991. Arlington Heights.
Where I was born.
All right, so all that. Yep. The names, everything's correct. The height's correct, too. 6 feet tall.
The height's correct.
Scalzo and Brust will continue next. Presented by Bud Light.
You're listening to Bud Light, Scalzo, and
I
Brust.
can't get the image out of a full movie theater watching Josh's sex tape.
You guys would be there.
Go, baby, go. Joshy, I'd be cheering my ass off for you.
You good?
Yeah. No.
Painting pictures. It's Picasso.
I would be right there next to you, Ben, like right next to you in the seat. Our legs would be touching. And I would push for it to be nominated for short film of the year.
Subscribe and listen to full show podcasts available free on Apple, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts.
The golden days of summer are here. More Brewers games, sun-drenched days of tailgating, and exhilarating summer nights are waiting for you at American Family Field. Embrace it all with your crew while Brewers baseball season reaches its peak, because the best days of the year won't be here forever. Make the most of it and plan your game day at Brewers.com today.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
From the tee box to the green and everything golf-related in between.
Same thing with Xander and Cantlay. Like those four, because you know you're just going to pair them together. Like those four are safe on this Ryder Cup team. They're safe in 2 years on that Ryder Cup team.
On the tee with Gabe Neitzel and Stephen Watson.
Like JT and Spieth are still your horses. Like they are still your first team out.
On the tee with Gabe and Steven, presented by Wisconsin Golf Trips. Mondays at 6 on 94.5 ESPN.
Juniper Pools is kicking off football season in a big way this year. Purchase a spot between July 29th and August 31st, and you win when our team wins. If the green and gold win the big game, you'll receive your hot tub purchase for free. If they win the division, you get $1,000 back, and if they make the wild card playoff game, you score a $250 in-store gift card. For complete promotional terms and conditions, visit poolpeople.com. Get ready to relax and back the green and gold this season with Juniper Pools on West Wisconsin Avenue by Costco in Appleton.
The Saganiac Planning Marquette Conference Championship moment last season. Big East regular season outright champs, a Marquette first ever. There's more at Marquette first ever Big East Conference tourney champs. St. John's, UConn, and Xavier all went down. The championship game was a blowout win. Add one more level of greatness. The win over UConn in the semis, UConn's last loss of the season. 2023 Marquette in the Big East won everything. Champions. Homer here. After a year of uncertainty, most employers are reluctant to make changes to their health insurance plans. A level funding medical insurance plan may be the answer you've been looking for. Find out how a level funding plan can cut your costs. Again, level funding plan. For more information, call John Pearson at Saganiac Planning, 262-783-6161. John Pearson, Saganiac Planning, 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning and synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
Let's face it, life looks a little different. During these times, we're doing our best to keep our minds and bodies strong. And getting a flu shot helps us stay healthy, so we don't miss out on what matters. Like having game night at home. Yeah, can't do that while sick with the flu. Now imagine family movie night that your daughter can't live without. Well, that's ruined. And don't forget your uncle's socially distanced cookout. See, that's why it's important to be at our strongest. Every year, millions of people in the U.S. get the flu. Especially now, no one has time to miss out on moments that matter. So get your flu shot. Find out more at getmyflushot.org. Brought to you by the AMA, CDC, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Bud Light and streaming live on Wisconsin On Demand.
So we consulted the foremost data source on the internet, most reliable source, Wikipedia.
They still asking for donations?
Not right now, actually. Does always bother me.
They've been asking for donations for 20 years and they still exist.
And Benjamin Brust, former American professional basketball player who last played for
Piano Žvaigždės
of the Lithuanian Basketball League.
The Milk Stars.
Played college basketball for the University of Wisconsin-Madison. He was part of the 2013-2014 Wisconsin Badgers Final Four team. That's the first paragraph in Wikipedia. Then before it gets to any subcategory, the next sentence in its own paragraph, standing on its own, is Ben is not a big fan of wearing underwear.
That's actually false.
I legitimately I don't even know how you do that on Wikipedia. I know people do, but
there's no source.
No source. And
they should source us. I mean, they could literally source me on this show.
And I have no idea how long it's been there.
None.
Which is my favorite part of thinking of random Badger fans across the world going and be like, oh yeah, what year was Ben playing? Or and they look up Ben Brust and somebody's catching this stray of Ben is not a big fan of wearing underwear.
I mean, they could get rid of the big fan. Ben does not wear or like underwear.
talks about your high school career, averaging 24.6 points, 5.9 rebounds, 5 assists, 3.1 steals per game during your senior season.
I didn't play in defense. I just jumped the passing lanes.
Topping the 40-point mark on 4 occasions.
See, I don't like that. I had 50 twice. I think that's more impressive.
3-star recruit, gives you recruiting ratings. Your ESPN grade 90. That sounds good. I don't know what it means.
It's an A-.
College career, it gets into, played under Bo Ryan, yada, yada, yada. Professional career. Before we get to professional career, I look and I see height. 6 feet tall, 196 pounds.
How do they know? Does Maddie report my height and weight to Wikipedia from the Princeton Club?
Are you 196?
I'm like right there right now.
6 feet tall, 196.
I'd like to be closer to 192 if we're talking about goals here, but
under professional career, the end of professional career. There's another sentence here. Ben once received the vaccine and passed out and peed his pants.
You're joking.
Dead serious. It's actually not even in that section. It's at the top underneath. Ben is not a big fan of wearing underwear.
It was not a great moment when the pharmacist was looking over me and I came to and I had wet my pants.
We totally missed the end of the show, but here we are. Joe and Amber coming up next across ESPN Wisconsin.
Well, we do have a problem on 894 westbound. There's an accident in the Hale interchange, and the ramp to the Rock Freeway through the Hale is basically closed because of this accident. So be prepared for some big delays coming out of the Mitchell interchange all the way into the Hale. Southbound 43 still heavy from Silver Spring, pretty much all the way down past Locust, almost to North Avenue, and then back on the brakes through the Marquette interchange all the way down to the KK River. The northbound side of 43 slowing from Fond du Lac Avenue up past Keefe. Westbound 94 is slow out of the Marquette all the way through the Stadium interchange to Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side pretty slow from the Zoo interchange all the way through the Stadium interchange as well. Traffic is brought to you by the Golden Mast Inn. Enjoy a private gondola ride on Okachi Lake now through August 13th. Learn more and schedule your ride at goldenmastinn.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight.